Hey everyone. Well, I don't really have much to talk about today, so you're just gonna kind of hang out with me, I guess, while we just do stuff around the property. So a few days ago we had some people come over and, we gave them some money and they cleaned up our yard. You may have seen in some other videos, we've got a lot of weeds and things going around. We had a wet winter and just could not keep up with the weeds. So we had some people come around and they helped us and they cleaned up all the weeds and made a bunch of piles for us because unfortunately they didn't have any way to haul the weeds away. So they filled up our dumpster and then, left piles for us that we're going to go ahead and pick up. So you can see we've got a lot of bare dirt, but then we've got some piles of weeds. And, I've got to clean this mess up. I have really no idea what I'm going to do with all this stuff, but need to clean it up. And then, more of the same. And out here next to the toy hauler, again, we've got some more piles of weeds. But the dirt, the property is mostly cleaned up. It's pretty good. And over here we've got to clean some things up. We've got another pile there. We did get one bag of weeds. That's pretty good. Yeah, so we've got to go ahead and clean these up. Now, normally I would just take all these piles of weeds and I would put them in my little trailer and run it over to the dump. But, that's going to be kind of hard to do. See the little trailer here, it's full of junk. So it needs to go to the dump before I can load it up and take it to the dump again. It's got to go to the dump first. So I think we're just going to go ahead and get this thing ready to go to the dump. I think we'll take it tomorrow, but we'll get it ready today. All right, well, we got the keys to the trailer, so we can go ahead and get it unlocked, and then I'm just going to pull it over here to the, somewhere over here on the driveway, I figure. All right, so yeah, we just have to, unlock the trailer here, and then we can drag it out. Actually, I think I'm just going to leave that on there. Let's go ahead and just let's get this block of wood out of the way. Just put it in the way of the other trailer, that's fine. Okay. All right. Luckily, this trailer is not too heavy, What am I stuck on? Piece of wood. I'll be honest, I don't think I've had this trailer out in quite a long time. Yep. Okay. Anaconda, push it. There we go. So I'm pretty sure we can probably just put that bag up on here. That'll probably be okay. Yep. Huh. They must have broke a rake when they were here. Why is that rake handle so hot? Okay, and why is this bag wet? We have had a little bit of rain today, that's probably why. And this bag's not light either. Goodness. Okay. Yep. That's pretty good. Okay. Got some metal things. Probably redo these so they're not gonna jab the tarp. Oh, that was loud. Okay. How about this? These are some running boards to a buddy of mine. He's got a 4Runner he picked up for his kid, one of the old Gen 2 models, I think. And it came with these running boards. They didn't like them, so they took them off. Yep. Well, I think that's it. We're going to go ahead and put a tarp on this guy right here. So, you know, I'm not real sure how long or how big my tarps are, but I kind of think it's going to take 2. And, you know, when you're going to the dump, you do have to put a tarp on there. If your load's not covered, they may or may not let you in, and they may or may not, you know, fine you if they do let you in. Plus, you just don't want your junk blowing off down the road. Of course, it doesn't help that I've chosen yet another windy day to come outside and do a thing. But it's the desert. If you don't do it on a windy day, you're not going to do it at all. So, yep, this is going to take 2 tarps. Okay, let's just shove it in here. Get a couple of bungee cords. Did y'all miss me while I was gone? Yeah, me neither. All right, we're just going to see if we can bungee cord this down. That's not permanent, because I don't have nearly enough bungee cords with me at the moment. I'm going to have to borrow some from my other trailer. You know, just make sure when you're doing stuff like this and you're trying to deal with blowy things like this, make sure to do it on the windiest day possible to make it just much more of a challenge, because you don't want it to be too easy. If it's too easy, then it's not rewarding, right? All right, let's change this one. Yep. So we have some more in here. I don't really like using these. These are my good ones over in this trailer. I don't even think y'all can see me. You're looking at the wrong trailer. Better not be no spiders in here. Okay. Oh, this box is a mess. Okay. Well, I don't know who used these bungee cords last, but it was not me. I can tell you that right now. All right, that'll work. Okay. Why are all my bungee cords like 12 feet long? Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's go get another tarp, I guess. Now, have any of you out there actually seen the full name for tarp? And can anybody pronounce it? Like, it's not tarp. It's like tarpaulin or tarpaulin or trampoline. I mean, I can understand why we shortened it and call it a tarp, but I don't understand the real name. Tarpaulin, turpentine. That's definitely not it. Anyway, well, that's just, maybe we should do that corner first. Again, it's no fun if there's no challenge, right? Gotta have a challenge. If it's not challenging, there's no point to it. Somebody said that to me. Or maybe what they said was things are more worthwhile when they're difficult. I don't know. Some kind of famous Confucius quote or whatever. How's, sure. So how's your summer been? I don't know where you're at, but, you know, it's been pretty hot here. I mean, granted, it's the desert, and deserts are supposed to be hot, but this isn't right. But yeah, it's been pretty hot here. This is the first day it hasn't been hot in quite a long time. This is not right. This is not... Anyway, it's been hot here. But like I said, it's the desert. It's supposed to be hot here. But wherever you're at, how's your summer been? You know, a lot of people are talking about it's so hot. It's hotter than it's been for 100,000 years. Look, I just came across a Facebook post that I made 11 years ago. And 11 years ago on this day, in this desert, it was actually 111 degrees, and it's only like 80 today. But the hottest it's been so far for us this summer is about 110, which is about normal. So I don't understand where people are saying, you know, it's the hottest it's been for 8,000,000 years, when it's really not been that much hotter than normal. Now, the heat wave did last a little longer than it normally does, but it wasn't any hotter than normal, is what I'm saying. At least here, you know. Maybe other places it's actually truthfully hotter than normal, but not here. Okay, we're getting there. Figure after we're done with this, we'll go hook her up to the back of the excursion over there and get it ready to go. Pretty happy with that. I think what we'll do, is we'll put just a how you doing strap right here, because that's going to flop around a bit, and I think we'll pull it back, so we're going to loop it here. Yeah, like that. Do that on the other side. That'll keep this from flapping around too much going down the highway. Somebody's barbecuing. I smell it. Yep. All right, I think that'll do. That should take care of it. And we have 2 straps left over. That's neat. Let's go ahead and put a hitch on the back of the old bus here, the Excursion. All right. Normally I wouldn't put this lock on it, just going to the dump, but like I said, we're not going today. We're going to go tomorrow, and just getting it ready today. But I need the adapter. There we go. Close them up. We're just going to set that right there for now. Okay. That, by the way, is jizzes him. I think some of this stuff needs to get a little oiled up. All right. Why is that so tall? And yes, I know this looks awkward, but look, if I do it on that side where it's not so awkward, then I'm blocking you and you got to stare at my back. And I'm not saying my front's any better. I just realized I put the wrong hitch on here. Dang it. Hold that thought. The 2 5/16 hitch ball is not going to work on this trailer that takes a 2-inch ball. All right, let's go get the proper hitch. Okay, this hitch is the right size hitch. There we go. That's what I'm saying. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to finish cranking this down at the awkward angle. Yep. There we go. Put our chains, which are way more heavy duty than they need to be for this little trailer, but it's, hey, that's what they had at the store. Latch this, which also probably needs a little bit of lubie. And let's plug up our lights. Okay, that should be good. And we can take this lock inside. Perfect. Well, now that we've got the trailer hooked up, we're just going to go ahead and test on the lights, because I don't think I've ever mentioned this, but I'm a bit OCD when it comes to trailer lights. If I've got a light that's not working, I've got to fix it right away. I just can't handle it if a trailer light doesn't work. So let's go ahead and test that out. So since we have a Ford, we don't need to test the actual brake pedal lights. What we need to test is parking lights, and we'll just turn on the emergency flashers. That'll do both lights. See, it's flashing both. And you know, it's not likely that the wires will have crossed since the trailer's been sitting, so left is right and right's left. That's not going to happen, but let's go ahead and go around. So there's a side marker light. That's good. There's a side marker light. We're flashing. We have tail lights in between the flashes. Yep. And there's a side marker light, and there's another side marker light. So we're good to go. Now, you may have noticed that cool blue license plate right there. And if you're from California, you know how old that plate is. So this trailer was actually built in 1979. Let's go ahead and turn this off. I remember going with my dad to pick this trailer up. It was in 1982, and I have no idea why it is that I remember the specific year, but I do. It was in 1982. We bought it, I think, to haul around. Honestly, I don't know why he bought it. But anyway, oh, there's a motorcycle. That's nice. Anyway, I don't remember why he bought it. I'm assuming probably to haul trash to the dump, but who knows. It had wood sides and they were green. And but he bought it in 82. Some people moved across country with it. And the original paperwork said year of manufacture, 1979. It's a pretty cool little trailer. You know, you can't see it, but it's a tilt bed. You know, it's got a latch right about there. Pull that little pin and it's a tilt bed. She'll tilt right up for you. The original, like I said, the original sides, they were wood and they were green. And in the back, instead of like a ramp door, it had a flippy sideways door. So flip your door sideways kind of deal. So the tilt bed made a lot of sense here. Then at some time ago, maybe I guess 20 years ago, a friend of the family that is a pretty decent welder went ahead and made these sides for it and did a ramp gate on the back, and then he put a steel floor. So this actually has a steel floor on it. It turned out to be a really, really nice trailer. And during the COVID pandemic year, I pulled it into the garage, put it up on stands, and went ahead and did some rebuilding on it, fixed a couple of the welds that had cracked just from, it wasn't treated very nicely its whole life, but fixed a couple of welds on it and painted it, did new bearings, new leaf springs, among other things, new lights again. But yeah, it turned out to be a really nice trailer. So like I said earlier, though, we're not going to the dump today. We're going to go probably tomorrow after work. I ended up working a little later than normal today, so couldn't find the time to get to the dump today. So we'll get over there tomorrow after work and get this little trailer emptied. And then we're going to get out this yard, I don't see myself necessarily as a lazy person. I like doing things, but let me tell you, yard work is not one of them. If there was one chore that I could say I absolutely hate, that chore would be yard work. I just hate it. But these people, they did a lot of work here for us, so we're just going to go ahead and finish it up. And now that they've done it, it's very motivating to get after it. And we've got some we've got some other projects we want to get into. Fire pit, some cement work, things like that. But now that, the bulk of the yard work's done, we just have some cleanup left, and we can get at some of the projects we want to get to. Well, it's the next day, and we're fixing to head to the dump. Why don't you, come along with us, and we'll talk about more of nothing while we're doing it. Yep, you can see we've got the trailer hooked up to the Excursion. Now, look, I get it. I get all the Ford jokes. Ha ha ha. It can tow more than this. I mean, it pulls that thing, more or less. Anyway, let's go ahead and get on ready to go to the dump here. Okay, well we're in the car and we're gonna head over to the dump. Uh-oh, the little trailer's starting to jackknife already. That's not what you want. I also don't want it to hit the house. Oh shoot, man. How do I get this thing out of here? Normally you see the big striker back there. It's not its normal parking place. It's just where we've had it for a little while. We're just going to try this. This is what now? Attempts number 4, 5, 6, 7. I have no idea. But apparently that's where we're at. Okay. Ow, I just hit my head. I don't know if it's going to hit the house or not, but I think we have enough of an angle now we can go. There we go. There we go. Now we're heading out. Let's stop over here and get the gate so we can get on out. Well, we almost forgot to put shoes on. I got in the car and get ready to leave after shut the gate, and then noticed that I was still wearing, sandals. I don't care who you are, that's not a good thing to wear in the dump, so put some proper shoes on, and now we're just heading over to the dump. So, unfortunately, this little trailer back there, it's not real tall, and it's not overflowing with stuff, so there's not a lot of, not a big pile of trash on it. So in the main rear view mirror, the one up here at the top, you just can't see it. So I can look in there and all I can see is just a smudge of blue tarp, but generally can't see it. So backing it up sometimes, it's kind of hard when you can't see it, and it's so narrow that if I look in either one of my rear view mirrors on the sides, can't see it there either because it's just not very wide. So anyway, that was useless information that I just felt like saying out loud apparently. So like I was saying, yesterday when we were getting ready, we've been putting off the yard work most of this year, so it got really out of hand. I mean, there were some weeds, and every year it's like different weeds. I don't know why, and how, but every year it's like different weeds. There's always the typical tumbleweed. Those are always there every year, but there's also some other weeds. They just grow straight up like a little tree, and some of them grew up to like 4 feet tall. And with all of the rain that we had, some of this stuff popped up almost overnight. I've never seen anything like that. And then once it pops up and it's green, it's really hard to cut down. And I'll be honest, we didn't maintain the dirt before all the rain, and that's how you really do it. You have to maintain the dirt. When it rains, you got to rake it or drag it. Otherwise, you just get the weeds. And when you see a few, you got to knock them out. We just, we're busy. We don't really stay on top of it like we should. But anyway, so we've got plans for the property, and it's still summer, so it's not really camping weather in the desert. So it's a good time to get caught up on all of it. Those folks that came over and cleaned up everything just really got us motivated. So getting the trailer to the dump, and we'll fill it at least once or twice more probably with all of the piles of weeds that are all around the property. And then we can start doing the things that we want to get to. We want to put in a fire pit. There's some cement work we want to do, and we're probably going to try to do most, if not all, of the cement work ourselves. I've never done it before, but what's the worst that can happen? I have no idea. So anyway, getting this first load to the dump, getting back, being able to get to work on it, it's going to be a good motivator. I know the wife, she's excited to get at it, so here we go. The truck right there next to me kind of scared me a little bit. Let's get up here, get on the scale, and then we can, pay to use the dump. Okay, well, that's cheap and easy like usual. Although it's gone up like $1 for the minimum weight. Used to be like 13 something, and now it's 14 something. But that's okay. I don't mind. There's another car coming out. He's in a hurry with your Chevy Tahoe and a U-Haul trailer. Get to getting, dude. Came out in a hurry, then almost stopped right in the way. Okay. At least he's slowing down for the speed bumps. I tell you, when you come to the dump out here, you see some of the craziest vehicles. I remember one time we came out here and people were pulling this big trailer, you know. It was one of those, almost like a dump trailer with the metal sides. And pretty heavy, 2 axles, and it was loaded down. It was full. And the car they were pulling it with, well, they were pulling it with a Honda CR-V. Yeah. They had somehow found some sort of hitch that would mount to a CR-V. And, well, they were pulling this giant trailer with this little, look, it had to have been sitting on the bump stops on the rear, you know, control arms. And the hitch was bent where it was attached to the chassis, I'm sure. You can see it, it was angled down, it was bent. It was pretty dumb. But you see some pretty sketchy things coming to the dump. This dude just came flying up here. They had to yell at him to slow down. That's fantastic. Well, now we've been given a spot, but the spot we've been given, man, we got to back up through some sand. And I do not really want to get stuck in this sand out here. Like I've said before, this little trailer is hard to back up if you can't see it. There we go. Come on, baby, straighten it out. There we go. We're just going to mash the gas and hope we don't get her stuck. Now the guy's telling me to back up even more. Okay, now we're just going to turn this off and okay. Well, that was successful. And now we're out of here. I don't know why. The camera kept turning itself off back there. I really don't know what was going on with it. Okay, now we'll see if it sticks to the dash. I moved it to the other suction cup mount because, you know, the little suction cup pad, there's a fly in here. It's another downfall of going to the dump. You collect flies in your car. But anyway, I just moved to the other suction cup pad on the dash because it fell off the previous one, and now I've got my little hanging tree. There we go. Alright, now we're heading back home. To be honest, right now, this whole run, the camera like this, is just an experiment to see how it does with the little media mod thing on it, the stabilization, because it's shaking quite a bit up on the dashboard because, well, the roads are bumpy. Yeah, I want to hear how it's picking up the voice with that nice microphone on there, car noise, wind noise, air conditioner noise. So it's really just more of an experiment. Oh, we got a dude in a hurry. He's got to pass everybody. Let me tell you, people out here, they just don't. Are we seriously getting another car wash? We are seriously getting another car wash. Why do we need another car wash? Anyway, you gotta watch out for people running red lights and things out here. It gets pretty crazy. They don't even stop. They just go right through, and you can't, when that light turns green, you can't just up and go. You have to look around and wait. People just right in front of me just a minute ago. Man. I'm not gonna lie, it feels pretty good having this trailer empty. It's had that trash in it. Oh, I'm afraid to say how long it's had that trash in it. 5 months. Just been sitting there with the trash, and it wasn't even like a lot. It was, you know, back in February, how do you say February in English? Back in February, my brother-in-law and I, we remodeled my mother-in-law's kitchen and hauled a lot of that trash home, and then we took it to the dump, and then after it was all done, there was still quite a few touch-up things to do, and I think I got around to it probably in March. And it was after the countertops were installed. This is the one part we didn't do. We did all the new cabinets, and she had all new floors put in, but the countertops, she had some custom countertops made. But anyway, after all that was done, I went back down to install the sink and the sink plumbing and all of that, and pick up the last bit of trash. So it pretty much filled the trailer back up again. And then, I'll be honest, I was taking stuff out of the trailer. I didn't even recognize some of the stuff that was in there, so I don't know where it came from. I mean, there was a TV, a wall mount for a TV I don't recognize, not one of mine. What looked like a motor mount or a transmission mount from something. I don't recognize that either. There was a fan clutch. No idea where that came from. And a couple other little things I just didn't recognize. So I don't know if maybe people walking down the street just kind of tossed them over the fence and got lucky that they landed in the trailer, or I don't know what. Yeah, I have no idea where some of that stuff came from. Well, why is the garage open? I shut it when I left. Well, that's going to do it, or maybe it won't, but that's going to do it, and hope you enjoyed listening to me ramble on about nothing. If not, that's okay, but if you did, I'm sure I'll be back at some point or another. We'll see you next time.